Okay, we're here on 5 Minute Friday with Danielle Clore, the Executive Director of the Kentucky Nonprofit Network. Danielle, tell us a little bit about the Kentucky Nonprofit Network.
KNN is Kentucky State Association of Nonprofits. So we've been around 17 years and do a lot of work around advocacy for the nonprofit community, a unified voice for the sector, both in Frankfort and in Washington, and sometimes even on the local level, to really protect and advance the work of nonprofits so they can do that as effectively as possible. And then we also do a lot of support of nonprofits in training and resources, just so they can be as effective as possible and really let them focus on what they do best, and that's serve communities.
So talk a little bit about, it's the organization, nonprofit organizations in the state are members of KNN. They look to you for support and
a shoulder to cry on.
Shoulder to cry on at
That's
times,
right.
for guidance.
Absolutely.
They depend on you annually for Kentucky Gives Day.
Absolutely.
To participate.
That is one of our initiatives.
So tell us about Kentucky Gives Day and the importance of philanthropy in the state.
Absolutely. Kentucky Gives Day, this will be our 7th year, and we jumped on this online Day of Giving bandwagon when it was early on, and we saw it when we first got started as a way for organizations to kind of test the waters with online fundraising. But now we all know everybody's donating online frequently. Right. So the other piece of Kentucky Gives Day that we love is it's a great opportunity for Kentucky to come together from all corners. We have organizations for all across Kentucky, all kinds of different missions: education, healthcare, human services, animal rights organizations, the environment. So the beauty of that is bringing one Kentucky together for 24 hours on one central website, kygives.org, to see how much money we can raise collectively. So there is a bit of competition in that, and that we award prizes based on fundraising success throughout the day. But I think it's also a real sense of partnership and increasing the awareness of philanthropy, as well as the software that we use. The platform will, if someone makes a gift to the Pritchard Committee, it will then suggest other organizations that are similar in mission to the Pritchard Committee or location. Okay. So it's a really great way to encourage giving in general, not just any one specific organization. So the Pritchard Committee and right now we have 190 organizations who are participating on May 14th. Statewide. We'll be driving folks to that kygives.org site, or you will be driving them to your page, your profile on the site. We will be driving people to the website in general. So our goal is just as much traffic and as much donation as we can raise in that 24-hour period. But donations are so critical to nonprofit organizations. And so many organizations, more than many would think, contract with the state or with local government or the federal government through grants and contracts to provide some of the services they provide. But those dollars rarely cover the full cost. So fundraising is really critical for them to fill in that gap, unfortunately, and also to try new things that might not be under contract, to be innovative. And then you've got other organizations on the complete other side of the spectrum who have none of those contracts and rely solely on donations for their operations. So either way, it's important. And we believe giving back makes you feel good. So we encourage all Kentuckians to feel good on May 14th and giving to their favorite causes. There's literally something for everyone on that day. So
those individual donations are so important. The Pritchard Committee relies on individual donations solely, and we know that does allow us to be innovative and to truly be that independent voice for Kentucky when it comes to progress in education. Right. The other great point I think you made, Danielle, is in the nonprofit world, we all really rely on the work of one another to move the state forward and to increase the quality of life in the state. If you think about those nonprofit organizations, they're the ones working in health, working in community development, working in education. So all of these things that really make the arts, that really make Kentucky a place where Kentuckians enjoy living.
You're absolutely right. There's so much discussion around quality of life and the kind of communities where we want to live and raise a family, and we want people to visit. And none of those things happen without nonprofit organizations, for certain. And nonprofits are also vital to Kentucky's economy. 1 in 11 Kentuckians works for a nonprofit organization.
1 in 11.
1 in 11. So we are vital to this economy, not only as in terms of quality of life, but in employees. And in some of our rural communities, that is even higher because a nonprofit, whether it be a nonprofit hospital or is one of the major employers. So it becomes a really important economic issue.
Absolutely, an economic driver in the state. The
It does.
nonprofit, if we think about nonprofit just as a sector,
Exactly.
it's an economic driver.
It
Absolutely.
is. Yeah.
So, kind of one key takeaway, one key kind of call to action as you think about Kentucky Gives Day coming up on May 14th.
14.
It's about giving.
Mhm.
It's also about putting that money to good work in the Commonwealth.
Absolutely.
So,
And
what do you-
community. I think, to know that this is an opportunity, there is much these days to divide us, but supporting nonprofit organizations that are strengthening our communities and serving us. Sometimes we don't even realize it. We think about what nonprofits may do for others, but we forget odds are they're doing something for us and we don't even know it. The work of the Pritchard Committee, for example, touches every Kentuckian directly or indirectly. So the opportunity for Kentuckians to come together on one day to do something really special for the nonprofit sector, I think is a great thing. And every year I think this will be the last year we do it. Online giving is, not that new and novel anymore, but every year we have more nonprofits, we raise more money, and so we keep doing it because people like the feel-good aspect of it. So again, giving feels good, so we hope folks will visit kygives.org on May 14th and feel good about giving back.
Great, thank you. So we, along with close to 200 other nonprofits in the state, will be participating in Kentucky Gives Day on May 14th. We'll be putting that money to good use to increase our education and academic outcomes in the state. And we hope you'll participate either as a nonprofit leader yourself or as a giver willing to help increase the quality of life in the Commonwealth that we so dearly love and appreciate. We'll see you next week.